And I came out to talk about my views when my daughter was 5 years old. So you can imagine what I've been through that 5 years. I was handling it on my own with the help of my friends who will be there and talk to me. And I say, God bless them wherever they are. They don't want me to mention their names whenever I talk about my views, so I can't mention their names.
I respect
But
that.
God bless them. God bless them wherever they are, because they took time to talk to me on phone. One was in Canada at that time, and he was always on Skype with me. So we have this term: never again, never again, never again. So anytime I'm going through an episode, I'm going through this, I tell myself, hey, never again, never again. Sometimes my triggers is when I think about what has happened in the past. I remember what I've been through, what I went through, then I get, pardon me.
It's okay. I'm sorry. Take your time.
Um, so yeah, uh, it's normal.
Yes, take your time.
Living is normal.
Yeah, so guys, thank you for watching. Share this video if you want to share your experiences with us, whilst we give Lawrence a moment to put herself together. Abuse comes in various forms, and it's up to you to determine how you are being abused. Seek help and get out of that situation. Surround yourself with positive people who would wake you up when you are blinded and you don't see what is happening. Sometimes our friends and families are able to see that we are being abused, but we are stone-headed. We don't listen to what they are saying. Sometimes we feel they are jealous of us or envious of us. But you need to, as she said, self-love. Love yourself. Know what you are worth. Then when somebody is loving you, you can see it. Then you can draw a straight line between love and hate. Some people love you and abuse you, beat you. The next moment they are buying you cars, they are taking you expensive vacations, then you back home and they are beating you again. Seek help and get out of that situation. Life is only one, and you don't want anybody to end yours abruptly. You are a human being, you have emotions. Somebody can say something to you, and you would also have to react by responding. Then they beat you and blame you for being the ones that trigger it. Most cases of where we are coming from, it's always the woman's fault. It's a man's world, the man is ruling, it's always the woman's fault. But sometimes you feel you can't fight a man. He has all these muscles, and sometimes all you have is your words. But when you say one word, he jumps on you, he beats you, and all that. It is time we tell our children every single day. Take them, sit them down, and tell them you are beautiful, you are smart, you are intelligent, so that when they hear those words, if those words keep ringing in their head, so they don't go and hear from somebody and give all their love and all their heart to that person and be abused. You, in your case, you did not know that you are worthy, you have all this strength, you are intelligent, you are smart, you are beautiful. They mocked you as a child, and you ended up in a relationship that was very abusive, and all these things triggered your emotions. Are you okay to continue now?
Yes,
Okay. I'm sorry I had to send you back there again. It must be tough sharing this. Not everybody can share this experience.
yeah.
So
It's,
I'm grateful.
right now it's like I feel good when I talk about it. Though I get emotional about it. It's always a good thing. As I said, talk about what you feel, what you've been through, what you are going through. Talk about it. Talk. Just don't be silent about it. Talk. So I have this page on Facebook, which I named it Break the Silence. But I feel people are not ready to talk.
Because of
People feel
fear
once
of
they
judgment. Yeah.
talk, people are judgmental about you and
Yep.
everything. So let me tell you this. When I came out to talk about my abuse, It was on the late night show on Metro TV or GH1. No, GH1 with Peace High. That was when I came out after 5 years when I spoke about it. When I talked about that thing, I had people from my family calling me names, telling me it's my fault. People were saying I wasn't supposed to have gone out to talk about this thing. I shouldn't have gone on TV to talk about it. Then I had a call from someone who told me they want me to be on the anti show. And I told the person, no, I don't want to go on the anti show. I still have that number on my phone. I said, no, I don't want to go on the anti show. Because what I was going through at that time, it was more depressing for me. So I didn't want to talk about it. But now, if I'm called to be on the anti show, come and talk about abuse, I will go. That time, I was still in the process of healing. I wasn't completely out of it. I wasn't completely out of the fact that I've been abused. Because someone called me and said, hey, you Lorraine, you lioness, someone beat you? And I'm like, yeah, it happened. But I also beat the person. How did you beat the person? He's taller and bigger than you. I say, yes. I also have where I can also do something. So in a way of you trying to be how to support yourself, to be defensive, self-defensive, you rather realize that you are also getting abusive like that person. And as I didn't like it being abused, I said, no, I won't do it anymore. So now someone can provoke me, I won't respond. Someone can provoke me, I won't react because I know how being abused is and feels. So I don't also have to continue. If you continue being abusive, if you are being abused and you also want to abuse the person back, two wrongs don't make it right. So the best thing is to leave that. And I chose to leave. And I left at a very early age or early stage. Because when I left, my daughter was just 5 months old. So it was, let me put it that way, like a year and 3 months of abuse. I stayed in it because I was pregnant 9 months and my daughter was 5 months old. So yeah, a year and 3 months. But the impact of that abuse lived with me even after now. Because anytime I talk about it, I get emotional.
Yeah.
So it keeps it keeps there. Yeah, you try to forget about it, you move on and everything, yes. But now I can talk and laugh about it. First, I talk and I break down. I talk about it and I go into depression. But now I talk about it and I'm okay. Sometimes I choose not to talk about it because there are some people who you talk to, they might twist it to fit them and make you feel bad. Because there are some people that they just want to get your story and then they want to mock you more and they want to be judgmental about you the more. So yes, I just didn't want it to continue. So sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't talk about it. So anytime I see anything about abuse, someone is being abused to the extent of being killed, it gets to me. It gets to me so bad because at a point I nearly died. But it's God who saved me. Because one time after I woke up in the hospital, I was beating for me to pass out. And I woke up in the hospital. So yes, if I wasn't strong, if God didn't want me to be out of it, I wouldn't have been. And I feel the people who get to be abused and killed are the people who were afraid for. Me, I wasn't afraid for. I wasn't afraid for. I didn't see it like if I talk, I'll be belittled or no. So I knew who I talked to because I knew that people, if I talk to them, they'll be judgmental. They will tell me it's my fault and everything, and it will make me rather feel bad for myself. So I talked to people who were ready to help me come out of it. And lucky enough, they did. They helped me come out of it successfully. And they've been people who have been with me and they keep on encouraging me. They keep on encouraging me. So as I said, there's nothing that I won't do for this. So when these people too are going through a bad time, I'm like, hey, how can I help? What can I do to help you to be out of this bad thing that you're going through? At any point, at anywhere I am, I will do it. So that's how life is now. So yes, people they shouldn't be timid or they shouldn't be unknowledgeable that if they if they speak, they will not be able to come out. When you talk, you'll be able to come out. If you don't talk, you're going to die with it. You will die with it if you don't talk. If you don't talk about being depressed, if you're not happy, you're not happy. If you are not happy, you are not happy. So that's what I'm saying. You should know yourself. You should love yourself to the extent that when something is going on and you are not happy about it, you know that, okay, I don't like this thing. I don't want this thing to continue. So let me be out of it. If you're able to do this thing, you are good. You are good to go. You are good to go. And loving yourself is more worthy than not loving yourself and getting someone to love you. You said initially that there are people, you see them outside, all lovey-dovey, going on expensive trips, going all that, but they get home and they beat them. So they're always covered in makeup because they're always covering the black eye. But no, it shouldn't be so. Me, I had a mark on my thigh and my back, and I had a black eye and everything. But I wasn't covering them with makeup. I made the people around me see that, hey, this is what I've been through. And they were like, no, you can't stay in this thing. Come out. And our parents should not put us in situations where we are not supposed to.
Very important.
At a point, I had to be disrespectful to my parents because they were telling me, oh, it will be okay, everything will change, I should keep on being there. So I asked myself, is it that these people have bribed my parents to be against me or what? Because sometimes my parents were saying certain things to me. I'm like, are you listening to what I'm saying? I said, this man has beaten me. And you're telling me it's my fault. You're telling me I should stop provoking him. How? Then me, I am always a mad person that I'm always provoking people. No, I'm not. I am not a mad person for provoking people. And all those things were putting me into depression, actually. They were part of the things that were putting me into depression because I was like, the people who are supposed to be there for me are not there for me. So why am I living? Why should I continue living if the people who are supposed to be there for me are not there for me? Then out of the blue, then they start being there for you. But at the time that they start being there for you, you don't need them because maybe you're out of it already. So I try my best. Now, anytime I speak with my daughter, I tell her, hey, don't let anyone bully you. You're beautiful, you're smart, and everything. When she was writing an exam 2 weeks ago before the break from school, I asked her, how did the exams go? She said, Mommy, this one I didn't do anything. I think I will not pass. I said, oh, it's okay. It's not everything that you have to pass, you know? But someone will say, hey, you're supposed to pass your exam. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be. No. The fingers are not the same. Somebody will be first, somebody will be second. That's why we always have to have someone who is last. So if the person who is last is there, whatever the person is doing, you should encourage the person. Okay, being last doesn't mean you're out. Being last doesn't mean you're out. Let me tell you this thing. When I was in primary school, I wasn't among the first 10. No, I wasn't. There were sharks. And I felt intimidated because I also wanted to be a shark, but I wasn't getting there. But here's the trick. You get 4 people having the same point and they are first. The next mark will be fifth. They will not say the person is second. So before it will get to your turn, you'll be number 20 or number 30 or something. Because you have about 4 people being first, second, third, that kind of thing. But when I got to SS, I was the top of the class. The whole class, I was top. And then the whole Form 1, I was the top. Then I was boosting myself. I was like, now, okay, now I'm on top now. Yeah, I'm the girl's preferred school daughter. Yes, so yes, so. But hey, my school mother told me, no, if you become proud, you come down. So keep on working hard for yourself. Don't work because of somebody. No. Don't be in competition with anybody. Be in competition with yourself. So now I've stopped competing with people. I've stopped comparing myself to people. Those were the days, those times I was doing that. I was trying to be among people. So I was comparing myself. I was trying to compete with people. But all those things now, it's not self-love. You don't love yourself. So now that I love myself, I'm in no competition with anybody. I'm not comparing myself with anybody. So I am less stressed. I am less depressed. I have less anxiety. Okay. Being socially known or something now is what is killing people. It's making people go into depression also. So we should also be careful about the groups that we are in, the people we mingle with, and all that. If you can't fit what they are going through, don't kill yourself. If you can't afford what they are affording, don't kill yourself. If you can't wear what they are wearing, don't kill yourself. If what you are going to wear is scattered, is torn, and that is all that you have, wear it. Repeating clothes, nobody has died for repeating clothes. Nobody has died for wearing the same hairstyle.
Yeah.
Nobody has died from wearing the same slippers. Me, one thing about me, if I get this slipper, so they spoiled before I change. You won't see me having, no, I'm not a material person. But there are some people, they want to be known. So everything that is in vogue, they also want to get it because it is in fashion.
They can
But
afford.
they don't wear it. They are not going anywhere with it. All those things lead to depression. We should stop doing those. We should stop them. We should stop competing with people who don't matter. We should cut our coat according to our size. If we are born poor and you are hustling to be rich, hustle to be rich. But don't make yourself look so rich when you are not rich. Me, I was from a poor home. Now, I would say I'm average because I'm working, I'm getting enough money on my own. Now I've been able to, I'm paying my debt more small. Let me put it that way. Because those times, because I wanted to be part of things, so I was borrowing.
Yeah.
And those things are
Borrow, you are
depressing.
trying to keep up appearances, borrowing to survive.
Those things can be depressing, so don't borrow.
Hmm.
Do not borrow. Hey, I went for some loan. How I suffered to pay that loan off, eh? Only God. Only God. And you know, that loan, I used it for foolish things. That money, when it came to my hand, I used it for foolish things. And paying back was depressing. It was depressing. So all these things, they pile up. So you're already having, you've already been bullied. You've already been abused. Now you want to belong and you are borrowing and all these things pile up. You don't love yourself. So immediately you love yourself, you know, okay, I don't need this thing. You take it off. I don't need to be here. You stop it. I don't have to be friends with this person because
Yeah.
they will depress me or they will make me stressed. So you cut it off. and keep the people who you feel okay with. So
Yeah.
your circle should be people who are on the same level with you,
Mm-hmm.
who can encourage you, who you can encourage. Because if you cannot encourage someone, my dear, you are not part of that cycle. You are not part of that cycle. If nobody can come to you and say, so I need your advice, then you are not part. You are not part. Then you don't belong to that place. You have to get out of it. Because if people are giving you encouragement, then you can't encourage them. Why are you there? Why are you their friend? There's no need, because friendship is not supposed to be one-sided. It's supposed to give and take. So if I can give you something and you can also give me something, yes, we can be on the same page. But if I always have to be the one giving you, I'll stop. And if I'm always the one receiving, I have to stop. I have to stop receiving. I also have to give. So we should know
Wow.
all these things. And trust me, all these things pile up and make people depressed. They make people depressed. And it's about time we accept what we know, what we have, and all that. If we are able to do all these things, trust me, depression won't kill anybody. People will not be anxious about life or anything. Right now, I want to do masters, but if I take my book, the learning is not going, then I start panicking. So I told myself, Lauren, give yourself time. I gave myself time, and I started again. And it is starting. The panicking is starting. I tell myself, oh, don't worry, if you don't have a master's, this is fine. There are some people who don't even have first degree and they're making it. So if you don't have your master's, hey, you're also part. No, you're not in competition with anybody. You should love yourself. You should know yourself. So now I'm telling myself, okay, I'm going to give myself another more time. Let me keep on working. If my mind goes back that, hey, I want to learn, then I go and learn. If my mind says no more learning, no more learning, I won't kill myself. I can't kill myself. I will not kill myself. I shall not kill myself.
You shouldn't, you mustn't.
I shouldn't, I mustn't, I couldn't, I can't, I won't, everything, shan't, everything. I will
Oh,
not.
so sister, I'm so happy for your growth. You've come a long way. I'm glad you decided to walk away from abuse. I'm very glad you decided to speak up. You went to on TV and spoke about it. I'm sure somebody watched and moved out of an abusive situation because of that word.
Yeah.
That is why we have this medium to share. We are lucky to have all the social media. We can say something and it'll reach a lot of people. You talk to people, come share your experience. I'm camera shy, but knowledge acquired and not shared is useless. If you are going through something and you don't want to share for somebody to learn from, then why have you gone through that thing? But as you said, society is so judgmental. We are afraid to speak up. You spoke up and your whole family were not happy with you. They turned against you. They complained against you. That is why people are so afraid to speak up. You mentioned one very important thing. Parents should leave their children alone. Your child is in an abusive marriage and you are telling her to stay there. Your child has a child with somebody who is abusive. You are forcing them to marry just because you want the children to come from one person. They are going to stay in that marriage and they are going to die and leave those kids motherless because society says, oh, stay there so that you won't have children all over with different men. We stay there and end up dying. Let me tell you just a quick story. So I have a friend who married a very rich man in Ghana. They didn't date, nothing. It just happened and the person was divorced. She married the person. Within a very short time, she married the person. She got the diamond ring, moved into Trasaco. You know, Trasaco is the biggest deal in Ghana. She moved into that estate, living large, all the land cruisers and all the type of cars and swimming pools and stuff, but she was still not happy. She went to her parents and told her parents, this is not working for me. I want to get out. The parents told her, stay there, stay there, stay there. She went back, she was still not happy. She'd be driving all the SUVs, all kind of things, but she was still not happy. Meeting the creme de la creme, going to big parties, big events, she was still not happy. She went back to her church. She went to talk to the godmother there, the priest or the catechist's wife or something. Do you know what this lady told her? This lady told her that you are a fool to decide to walk away. Some of us are married to poor people and we are still in it and making it work. You are married to somebody who has the money and you are walking out of it. We are married to poor people, but we are there and making it work. We are all not happy, but we are still there making it work. So you have the money, so just stay there. She went back, she couldn't, she was going crazy. One day she drove off, ran away from the house, came back, told the parents she would never go back again. They called the man, they came, sat down, returned whatever they have to do, and they dissolved it. And she's free like a bird. And she shared this story with me. I'm not allowed to mention names, but I'm very privileged to hear these stories on a daily basis. Surrounding yourself with people that matter is really important. We share these stories to learn from it. So my depression came from me having a medical condition, seeking help, and doing surgeries here and there. I had endometriosis. It was in my previous video. I said it was hormonal imbalances. Depression is a low serotonin level. I already had other issues going on. I was depressed. I was home. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Mine was also coiling in. No phone calls, no messages, nothing. I don't want to talk to anybody. But it took grace. It took a very supportive husband, a very supportive family, very supportive friends who took me out of there. I did not have it long. I never had it before. It was my first time. It was even difficult to recognize that, whoa, this is what I'm going through. But I realized it. I sought help. I have a friend there, a very elderly woman. She's 75 years old, married, no kids, living happily. She was walking me through, taking me to hospitals and doing all that stuff alongside my husband. And she asked if I wanted to speak to somebody to help me out. And I said, yes. So that was the day I realized I needed help. So you need to speak up. Bottling it up doesn't help in any way. A friend of mine bottled her own and she's been relapsing and relapsing and relapsing till now. Our society won't let you bring it out. Our church groups won't let you bring it out. Everything, give it to God. It's not everything that you have to give to God, excuse me to say. Things you have to get up and walk and march and take action. You pray about it, but he's still beating you. That is when you take your baggage, you put your clothes inside, close it and walk away. God is not going to come down and take your bag out or drag your hands out of that situation. I'm very glad you've shared your experience. I'm glad your daughter is doing well. You need to continue imbibing in that child, letting her know she's strong, self-worth, so that no man or woman will come and degrade the person, demean them. Social media has made us feel like we are in competition. Oh, Priscilla has posted this picture. Oh, see her chain. Oh, see her Gucci jacket. Then you are going to borrow to show off. You don't know where that person got that money from. For all you know, you borrowed. And in your case, you've gone to borrow a loan that you never use for anything. There's nothing you pinpoint that, oh, from that loan I took, I bought a house. From that loan I took, I did my degree. From that loan I took, I bought a car or bought a Bible for somebody. Nothing. We are just in competition with each other. Sometimes it's good to take social media break. I used to give myself one day. I used to give myself every Thursday where I don't do any social media. But because of my YouTube, I need to be active. But when you go online, you see so many things. You see somebody, they brought a car to her with all ribbons, and your husband might not buy you a car, and you start questioning that person. Meanwhile, that person is supplementing by doing something different. That person is doing something else for you that the car owner doesn't have. Yes. So because they put a car there and they posted it, I always go back to this popular lady's story, Tonto Dike. She posted a car, my husband gave me a car. When the marriage ended, she came back and said, no, I bought the car with my own money. This is the day I will do the money for my account. This is the day I paid for it. This is the day they shipped it and delivered it and everything. But she was doing it as a facade to show that the man did it for her. So that when your man is not doing that for you, you think you are not being loved. Then you start fighting in your house and start having issues in your home. Do not let social media get to you. Do what you can afford. Live to your level. We all have good things. We all have beautiful things. But if you can't afford it, don't go and rob, don't go and steal, don't go and kill, don't go and borrow to survive. Depression is real. I came to America to realize how real it is. Every patient I've had has a history of anxiety or depression, and they are taking medications for it. You go to their room one moment, oh, Priscilla, nice to have you there. You're my nurse today. You go to their room the next day, they are mean, they are cold, they are walking you out of their room. They don't want to take their medications. They don't want to talk to you. They are bipolar, their moods are swinging. But it's up to you as a professional to know that this is their condition. They're battling something. So you try and talk to them and they open up and they share all their stories. Some of them have suffered violence. Some of them have suffered abuse. Some of them have suffered gunshots. They've seen people die in front of them. Their only child was killed. A whole lot. Everybody with their triggers. So you have outlined your trigger. You mentioned you're claustrophobic because when you're in an enclosed place, you feel very panicky. So it's up to us to realize our own. She said, check on every person. The fact that everybody's online here doesn't mean they are fine. We are so busy online that we forget to have real life conversations where you talk to somebody with no phones. We don't do that anymore. It's just hello, hello on WhatsApp and we are all gone. Check on somebody. The most active people are the ones who are actually going through stuff, but everybody thinks they are fine. So we don't check on them until we see their notes, suicide notes. I'm ending it today. Then we are calling them, by then they are not by their phone. The next day you find them in some river and they're dead and gone. A friend spoke to me. I was encouraging him here and there. Unfortunately, he lost his life. He was buried early this year, and I felt I could have done more. People are dying on a daily basis. These are real life stories. These are not movies. So do you want to share or anything else you want to say to somebody to encourage somebody out there? Because this can go on for hours. We can talk about this for
Yeah. So as I said, when I make my post on Facebook, if I put a picture or something, I write, don't buy pressure for yourself with my picture.
I see that a lot.
Don't pressure yourself. Don't buy pressure. Don't buy pressure for yourself. So now I don't buy pressure for myself. I love myself so much. I do things my way, my time, and nobody can pressure me. So don't let anyone pressure you. Don't let what someone is doing affect you for you to also go and do the same thing. If it is not your time, it is not your time. If it is your time, it is your time. So that's all I have to say. Depression is real. Be nice with your words. Don't say mean things to people. You never know what the person is going through. Sometimes a smile is all the person needs to brighten up their day. So keep on smiling. You never know who you are helping. And always be kind with your words. Don't say meaningful things to people. And if you are being abused or something, leave. Leave and live.
Yeah.
Leave that abusive to live. If you stay on, you will die.
You will die.
So that is all that I have to say. And then when you are depressed and you feel it is to the extreme, there's nothing wrong talking to someone about it. There's nothing wrong going to seek medical attention. Nothing is wrong with it. You are not mad. You are not going mad. You are just going through a phase that needs medical attention. And when you are out of it, you are out of it. Sometimes you get relapses, but it's up to you, the individual. If you know yourself, if you accept yourself for who you are, that is the first step in healing from depression or anxiety or panic. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So one more thing. Nursing was what took you to Barbados. You said you're on a 2-year contract. How is nursing like in Barbados compared to Ghana? Any new things you've learned? Is it different?
Yeah, so many different things. See, all the diseases and stuff we were reading about that were finding them strange, they are here. You see them here live and color. You are supposed to nurse them, whether you've nursed before or not. So you should be smart enough to know what to do at what time. Here, the state of emergency is very critical. the least thing you do, you can lose the patient. It's not like Ghana that if someone's efficient is done, you say, oh, let me wait for some time. No, it has to continue. The least thing you do, you lose a person. When you lose a person and your name is on the nurse's notes that you are doing last offices, you are doing this and that, they can query you. Why are people dying during your shift? Why are people dying when you are nursing them? They can query you. And it's very, very critical. So yes, I've learned so many different things, and I'm putting nursing into place. Like I'm working as a nurse and I'm loving it. Yes, back home I was loving working as a nurse, but this is different. A year is a place that you're working with people. Some of them have this racial thing. They're also black like you. They also trace back to Africa, but they feel they are bigger than you. They feel you are from a jungle or you don't know anything, so they want to belittle you and all that. We pass through all those things. So the only thing is when they're talking, you don't listen to them. Or when they're talking, as I said, you start counting one. Me, I start one to 20. I don't count 1 to 10 because if I count 1 to 10, I might respond. And my response may not be nice, or my response will be taken in a different context because how we speak is not how they speak. They have a different meaning to tenses and meaning of things that they say. Somebody can call you stupid, and it's not because they mean the word stupid, but they're trying to say you are irresponsible, or you are trying to tell you didn't do the right thing. But they'll tell you what you did was stupid, or you are stupid for doing this.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, what they are trying to tell you is you were wrong in what you did, or you didn't do the right thing, or you were irresponsible in what you did. If you say you're going to take all those things into your head, it will never work.
Yeah.
You want to go back home. You will cry. you will cry. So yes, you just need to accept them for who they are, know how they work, their sentiments and everything, and avoid the people you know you cannot work with. Ignore the people, what they say and all that, and just put your mind to the work you're going to do. Sometimes when you're working and you are being careful, you never know. That's when you make mistakes. So you just remain calm and then go ahead and do your work. That's when you want to do it. And the work will be done. You do your part, you thank God, you close, and you go home. So for me, when I'm home, I don't think about work. When I get to the gate of the hospital, then I put on my working cap and I enter. When I close and I get at the gate, I leave the cap over there. When I'm going home, you don't see me as a nurse. So I don't wear uniform from the house. I don't wear uniform to the house because I don't want to be walking on the street and someone will take note of me. Hey, I had someone stalking me last month and I had to move from where I used to live because the person was threatening my life. That got me depressed because I was being stalked. Because I was being stalked. That got me depressed because who am I going to talk to? Who is going to listen to me? Who is going to be there for me? Who can I call? I'm in a foreign land. Where I am, I'm staying alone now. So who am I going to call? And here is the case, I'm the leader of the group. As the leader of the group, people will bring their issues to you. But now if you have an issue, who are you giving it? Which leader are you going to talk to? You talk to yourself. So I got depressed and I had to leave and I left because I was being stalked by a joint. He got arrested at the end of the day because when I left, he still went to the place and he even went to break window and he got arrested. I was called to the police station. When I went, he was the one. And they asked me if he's the one who was talking. I said yes. He seems he's the same person because at that time it was a mask, so I couldn't make up the face well and all. But the voice was the same. And he was saying I look like his girlfriend who left.
Oh no. All this
because of somebody's feel. because of somebody's issue, I was going to suffer for it.
Yeah, you could have
I
killed
shouldn't
you.
suffer. I
Yeah.
shouldn't suffer for somebody's problem. So don't let depression or don't let somebody's words affect you. Or don't be depressed in a way that you go abusing people. No, it
Yeah.
shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. So yes, the work is going on fine. 2 years will come very soon. Now we've done 8 months
Wow.
in
Time
Barbados,
flies.
like 8 months in Barbados, but 7 months working because we spent 1 month in quarantine and
Yeah.
doing all the necessary
Orientation and
orientation,
yeah.
everything. Yes, but we started work. It's 7 months now, and
Okay.
the number 7 is a lucky number. So so far so good.
Good.
Really enjoying it.
We
Really
thank God.
enjoying it. So we are left with 1 year, 3 months to go.
We thank God. It's a good experience to add to your resume, build a good recommendation
Yeah,
for you. You are
yeah.
a critical care nurse who work in ICU back in Ghana, or am I
Yes,
wrong?
I'm still working in the ICU here in Barbados. I'm
That's a
working
lot.
in the medical ICU.
That's
That's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of work.
that's a lot of
Yes, and
experience. Yeah.
it's a new environment for me because I never worked in a medical unit back home. So
Oh,
every day is a learning process. Back home, I was in the accident center throughout. My 10 years in Kolubu, I was at the accident center. And you know one funny thing, doing nursing training and everything, all my particles and stuff. I've never been in the OPD before. I've been in the main ward once or twice, but it was a surgical ward. I've never been in a medical side, like medical ward to take care of medical cases. No. It's always orthopedics or surgical
I
for
see.
the for
I
school training, me working. So me coming here and being a medical IC was a huge challenge for me. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. There are times I do certain things which I feel no, I made a mistake. So I go quickly and I ask, did I do the right thing? If I did the wrong thing, please let me know. Then I will not repeat it.
yeah.
And I put it in my notebook small somewhere that okay, this is the right thing to do at this time with this thing. When this thing happens, this is what you're supposed to do. So yes, we are still learning. Yeah, we are professionals and everything, but if it is not your comfort zone,
You feel yeah. Yeah,
don't
so in
keep
my
doing
case, I have the reverse of yours. I've had only med surg experience all my 9, 10 years. I've had just medical surgical experience. Here is joint, they do the med surg together. I work on a medical unit, and back in Ghana, so I've been in medical wards all along. So I also don't have the trauma surgical experience like you do. And our nursing is generalized training back in Ghana, but here they have their specializations, so that makes it easy. So most of us are general nurses coming from Ghana before you find a niche, but I've always been in a med surg. So I'm glad
yeah.
you're having an experience you take back home. You're going to teach others whatever you've learned whilst you are out there. I'm glad you came onto this show to talk about your experience. I really, really respect and applaud you for doing it, for not keeping quiet. Live to live. Leave the situation so that you live, you survive. And you said you have a page on Facebook. What is the name of the page if they want to subscribe to that page or follow you?
It's called Let's Break the Silence.
Let's break the silence. Okay, so I'm going to leave
Let's
the
break
name
the
here.
silence. Yes. So when you check on Facebook, you see my picture with a black eye. That's the picture on it. Let's break the silence. So it's basically talk about abuse on it. But now I think I'm going to open up, talk about general stuff, depression, everything that anybody wants to talk about. Yes, we can talk about. I had a few people who sent me messages, and I gave them a little bit of advice. But you never know. People will just like the page, but nobody is ready to talk. Nobody is ready to take the time. So yes, I will find time. I have to be more
Active.
interactive and active on the page and get people. But trying to be helping, and then people will think, hey, he wants to know our story and that. But no, uh, I'm not like that.
You've
So
been there,
yeah,
you've done that. You are just
I've
out
been
there to help.
done that. So I'm just let the person break the silence. So yeah, and I have a cousin. She also came out. She's F1 here again. I don't know if you've heard the name. She was former Mrs. Chidi. She also went through very bad abuse, and she has collaborated with a German NGO, and they have an app which called Help. So I will find out the link and everything, and I'll let you know. So maybe you can put it on your page or something for people to also go over there. If they cannot talk to me, maybe they can talk to someone else. But that place, I think, is to talk to professionals. It gets you a link to the police, it gets you a link to the hospital, it gets you a link to a doctor, it gets you a link to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and
Wow.
all that. So yeah, that's what she is doing, and I really, really applaud it. So when she came out, I was very happy she did, because when I was also in it, she told me to come out, and
Wow.
she was also there, and I also had to tell her to come out.
Come out. Live to live.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Until I bring the next video, whatever you are going through, walk out of that situation. We will need you alive. We need you to mother those children you are protecting. If you are dead, you can't mother those children. Speak to somebody, get professional help. We are not professionals. We are just nurses who have been through depression and anxiety, and we've shared our story. Luckily, we have online apps. You can Google, you can watch videos. You'd always find help somewhere. Seek help. If you don't want to talk to somebody you know, go talk to a professional online app who will not be judgmental. Share your experience. The world is rough. We were hit by the virus. People were lonely, depression spiked, anxiety and everything spiked. But we are in this together. We are here to help each other. The name remains Priscilla Kuma. Take care and bye-bye.